Good morning, Baytown. This is Mayor Brandon Capetillo, and this morning we are here at Mount Rose Missionary Baptist Church, and we have a few guests I'd like to introduce for you today. We have Pastor Davis here. We have Councilman Charles Johnson, Council Member Chris Presley. He is our councilman for where the church is at. We also have our Justice of Peace, Lucia Bates. We have Coach Thomas, and we also have our CEAC Chairman, Pastor Ralph Montgomery this morning. And we're excited today. It's a great day in Baytown. And I'm excited. We will be doing a proclamation here this morning. I will be reading, to the best of my knowledge, this is the first proclamation recognizing Juneteenth here in Baytown. So it is certainly my honor today to go and read this to you. I also have a proclamation that I will not read to you, but is a letter from Senator John Cornyn in recognition also of Juneteenth Day in Texas. So we certainly appreciate Senator Cornyn for sending his regards here to Baytown. So with that, I just want to say it's a very special day, day to reflect and educate ourselves on freedom for all Americans. We are all one community. Although there are things that do divide us many times, but I ask for all our citizens of Baytown today, take a minute, put aside anything that divides us, and let's become one Baytown. There's always going to be things that divide us. There's going to be things that are external from Baytown that are going to try to divide us. But I know our citizens, I know everyone up here, this is a team effort. We want to go and ensure that all citizens of Baytown, that we can live in peace, just like we always have. And that's my expectation, and I'm certainly, with the help of others and all our community, that we will certainly be successful in those endeavors. So with that, I'd like to go and read a proclamation. This is the first proclamation recognizing Juneteenth in Baytown, to the best of my knowledge, so I will read it. It says, on January 1st, 1863, President Abraham Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation setting in motion the end of slavery in the United States. The Civil War ended with the surrender of General Lee at Appomattox Courthouse on April 9, 1865. The news reached Texas when Union General Gordon Granger arrived in Galveston Bay with the Union troops. It was on June 19, 1865 that he announced, "The people of Texas are informed that in accordance with a proclamation from the Executive of the United States, all slaves are free." Celebration of the end of slavery, which became known as Juneteenth, is the oldest known public celebration of the end of slavery in the United States. Juneteenth commemorates African American freedom and celebrates the successes gained through education and greater opportunity. On a larger scale, celebration of Juneteenth reminds each of us of the precious promises of freedom, equality, and opportunity for which we are all, which is certainly the core of all the American dream. And so now, therefore, I, Brandon Capetillo, Mayor of the City of Baytown, Texas, do hereby proclaim June 19, 2020 as Juneteenth Day in Baytown, and I urge all our citizens to join in this celebration. Signed, Mayor Brandon Capetillo, and also by our city clerk. So I want to present you, if I may, Pastor Davis, this here. Please display this proudly. It is certainly my honor to go and issue that to you, and we continue to work together. We're going to hear a few words from you, a little insight on Juneteenth Day, and then following that, we will hear also from Councilman Charles Johnson.
Excited about this. Mount Rose was chosen to be the spot for this day. Mount Rose was the first black church in Goose Creek. Used to be, you remember Goose Creek, Philly, Baytown, first black church. Mount Rose also was a school up until 1950. And it was called the Goose Creek Colored School. And so I'm excited that that this place was chosen. Now, half of my little talk is on a proclamation, so I don't have to do that. Let's ask to talk about what Juneteenth means to me. What is it? It means to me. It's a proclamation for blacks in Texas. The order that General Grant read changed the social status of slaves in Texas. Before June 19, 1865, slaves were sold on the market, I need you to get that, like cattle, sheep, horses, because they were the property of man. Property of man. Slaves could be traded between plantations, separating fathers, mothers, and children. But on June 19, 1865, things changed, and slaves was no longer the property of man. That's exciting to me, because now they were free. We still had a long road to travel, and we are apparently still trying to get there. But now we have a date to look back on and celebrate. Despite the lack of federal recognition, the holiday has lived on through rich traditions, including lively celebration from festivals and parades with local bands playing and picnics. Used to be when I was a kid, that's been a long time ago, that the picnics would be barbecue, would be strawberry soda water, would be watermelon. We just had the celebration of Juneteenth, the end of slavery. And I want to show you something that means so much to me, that I look back and have a picture. This is our family, my grandmother's family. In May 1859, my grandmother's last name was Brady. Adolph Brady was born. You hear that? And what it says, that he came over from Spain. Y'all look like me. Came over from Spain on a ship. That touches me. Every time I read that, he had 3 sons. And it's Adolph Brady Jr. and Angelus Brady. My daddy, generations and generations down, his name Angelus Davis. He's named after the beginning. And so we have the pictures of there. From Spain on a ship. Mayor, often I think about that slave ship coming from Spain into Mississippi. I don't know how crowded, I don't know what a ship looked like, but I do know what a crowded cruise ship leaving from San Diego to Vietnam looked like. Crowded. Soldiers packing it. So I believe that the slave ship, I don't know how long it took to get to Mississippi from Spain, but I do know it took us about 2 weeks to get to Vietnam. So just imagine in my mind, what does this mean to me? My Angelus was born in 1865. Slaves here was free, 1865. So they moved free. They moved from Mississippi to Louisiana because they're free. My dad and I moved from Louisiana to Baytown, free. And then I wonder, what would have happened to me if the Brady's wouldn't have hung in there? All the stuff they went down wouldn't have hung in there. What would happen? And I'm blessed to have moved from Magna to Lamar to Lake City, when slaves was owned and bought, plantations, when you moved them, sold them from one plantation to the other, like cattle, like horses, like sheep, sold them, moved them. And I think that every person, we ought to have more persons, mayor in here, and people in here to say, I'm free. Amen. Thank God I am free. We ought to be here. We ought to be excited about it. I am free. Nobody tell me where to move, where to go. But then, when you look at this picture, and coming from Spain, because they've been sold, they had to travel where the slave owner says travel. And that's how. But I'm free. Y'all, I got it. I'm free.
Yes.
Amen.
When I went to Lamar, when I went to Lake City, I didn't have to sign no papers. I didn't have to get permission. I didn't have to do none of that stuff. And I think if we realize our history, where our folks, how they got to where they are, and how strong they was, and how they stayed together. The president said it ain't because of me. They know now it's a big day. And we're celebrating this day a long time ago.
All right.
Still celebrating.
Amen.
Big day. I want to thank the mayor and the leaders for choosing Mount Rose
Amen.
and making me excited. This is what I do. Because it means so much. I couldn't find these things. I looked last night and trying in my bookshelf. I couldn't find them. I said, I got them in my bookshelf. I know they're here. I got up this morning. I looked again, and I found them. God wanted us to see if you keep up with your history.
Yes.
You know where you came from, and you get excited. From Spain, that's what it looked like. That's what Spain. Thank you, Mayor. Thank you so much. I am so excited.
I am.
This is a great day for me. Great time that you chose me. The last time you gave me a plaque, I didn't speak. I didn't say nothing. Now you know why I didn't say nothing.
I do. I appreciate the kind words and certainly sharing some of your family experiences. I mean, that's why we're here today to celebrate these things. The shackles have been broken for a long time. It has taken a long time to get to even this point, but we're not done. We're not done. And so unlike Councilman Johnson, he's going to tell us a few things that we'll be doing in the future. As we continue, as you say, we continue to progress, and the journey is not over.
I didn't supposed to shake your hand, none of that. I just got excited.
Councilman Johnson, please.
Going forward, we've had discussions here amongst ourselves on council in our planning sessions earlier in the year, and we discussed planning some events to celebrate Martin Luther King Day and Juneteenth next year. With the mayor's help, we will be doing that next year. With the help of council and city staff, we will be celebrating Martin Luther King Day and Juneteenth next year. Brought together, yes. And we're going to do it on a grand scale. Some of the things that Pastor Davis mentioned, the picnic, those are great. That's a great idea. Yeah, that's a great idea. And
Red soda water.
there you go.
Strawberry.
There you go. That's it. I hope somebody's taking notes because we plan to have all of those things for Juneteenth next year. I put together a committee of around 9 to 10 individuals, and we will be meeting here in the near future. When I say near future, I'm not talking about months. I'm speaking within less than 10 days
All right.
to start planning.
All right.
Any input that you would like to submit, you have my information, you have my email, my phone number. Contact me. We are open to suggestions because, like I said, we are going to do this on a grand scale. Thank you again, Mayor, for the proclamation. This is again the first time that this has been done in our city, but it will not be the last.
Amen.
Thank you.
So, once again, thank you for hosting us and allowing us to come here and present the proclamation. Thank you, Judge, and others, Chair from our CEAC. There is a lot of work to do, Councilman. We certainly want to celebrate all aspects of our community here in Baytown. So with that, we certainly celebrate Juneteenth Day here in Baytown today. So thank you. God bless.
Thank you.
Thank you.